Now, the National Museum of Singapore has received more than 180 submissions so far, following its joint call with the National Library Board for public contributions of materials that document their experiences during COVID-19. Among them are these dining plates painted by Daphane Loke. She is the owner of local French joint Saybons, who has had to close 3 of 5 outlets during the height of COVID-19. You see it there. Now, she's painted buildings depicting different cities affected by COVID-19 as a remembrance of how people were forced to stay at home during the pandemic.
During circuit breaker, a lot of restaurants are not allowed dine-in. They can only do takeaways. And I figured that I most sure won't need these plates anymore. But I decided to give them a new lease of life by painting on them.
Other submissions, including this embroidery of people who contributed in their own ways during COVID-19, stitched on an old-school pants, as well as masks by homegrown label Yeo-Mama Batik. They were made from fabric offcuts, and a portion of its sales are donated to charities that need extra help during this difficult period. Let's get more now. We're joined by, in fact, Desleen Yeo, who is the founder of Yeo-Mama Batik. Desleen, it's been a challenging time for all businesses struggling, or many businesses struggling during this pandemic. How has it been for yours?
So one of the challenges is to actually maintain our production and communication with our crafters and tailors. With this situation going on, they also couldn't get to work, and it has definitely affected our production timeline. And all our crafters and seamstresses are based in Indonesia, and we used to travel there once every month to source for fabric, check on production, and to fit on clothing samples, but not being able to do so right now means we need to shift this entire process onto a different platform. So, for example, like the fitting of samples used to be very quick and fuss-free, where we can just fit in front of the tailor and they will immediately know what are the necessary adjustments needed. But right now, this clothing needs to be shipped over to Singapore, and any adjustments needed are based on videos that I WhatsApped across to them. So there's always this communication hiccup in between where both parties get frustrated as we couldn't understand each other better. And this has definitely added on to the delay in the production. Plus, shipping things here and there takes time, and shipping timing is very inconsistent during this period and at a higher cost. And on top of that, this whole pandemic has caused a sudden change in our lifestyle. And as businesses, we need to quickly adapt and tweak our product offerings and marketing strategy, marketing angle to relate to the current situation as well as our target audience. So we immediately stopped production for styles that are very event ready and formal, and had to quickly come up with a new batch of designs that are more suitable for day-to-day, everyday wear at home, so that you can still feel good and look good in your Zoom and virtual meetings.
Yeah, so tell us a bit more about that then. I mean, given the COVID-19 sort of came rather quickly and you'd have to think on your feet and make all these adjustments, so you also moved into making masks as well, I understand?
Yeah, that's right. So as we enter phase 2, we hear from our friends and people around us that they want to have nice masks to wear out. And that was when we started to make batik masks out of our fabric offcuts. And we feel that since we are able to afford nice masks, we should also lend a helping hand to the less fortunate. And that's why a portion of the proceeds from the sale of masks are donated to different charity organizations in Singapore.
All right, now we want to bring into the conversation Miriam Yeo. She is the assistant curator with the National Museum of Singapore. Miriam, welcome. Now, we've been hearing or talking and telling our audience about some of the items the museum has already received. How has the collection process been going so far? All right, we have Miriam, but we do not have her voice. That is a shame. But we want to just thank the two of you very much for joining us. And perhaps we can invite you all back another time. We were talking there with Miriam from the National University of the Museum of Singapore, and Desleen Yeo, who is the founder of Yeo-Mama Batik.